Hey everyone, this is Sasha bringing you a video tutorial today from BP for You. And today I am going to show you how I would call my images in the Lightroom library. And so it doesn't seem to matter what it is that I'm shooting, whether I'm doing a wedding or just photographing my kids here at home. There's always pictures on my SD card that I don't like. They didn't fit my vision. Maybe it's because I missed focus, or maybe it's, somebody's making a really silly face that I just don't like. Whatever it is that doesn't fit my vision, I'm always having to constantly go through and look through my pictures and pick what I want to edit and what I don't, because I don't want to be wasting my time editing photos that I'm just going to trash later anyways. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that we can go through here and call out our images so that we can work efficiently. So the first way is the flag way. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Control A or Command A, and that's A like Apple, on my keyboard. Oops. And that is going to highlight all of my photographs. And so then I'm going to hit P, and that is going to pick them. And what that means is I've got this little flag rating right here, and this photo is now flagged. They're all flagged. And so what I just did is I flagged them all for keeps. So now we're going to go through and unflag them. And so while I'm unflagging them, I'm also going to have these collections here, and I can use these as my kind of like my smart collection. And so I can go ahead and I can create a collection. I'm not going to include my selected photos. And I'm just going to call it, maybe this is the collection that you're going to use for your blog post. Maybe this is going to be the collection that you use on your favorite social media site, or the ones that you're going to use as your sneak peek previews for your couple, or whatever it might be. So we'll call this social media, because that's my favorite way to share pictures. And we're just going to go ahead and create that. And I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to set this as my target collection. And I'll show you what that means here in just a second. And so let's go ahead and we're going to click on this button to look in loop view. And so now if we want to keep the photo, we're not going to do anything. If we want to add it to our social media collection, we're going to click the B button. B like button. And if we decide that we don't like it at all, then we'll hit X like xylophone. Okay, so this one, we'll keep it, but we're not going to add it to the collection. This one, it's quite a bit underexposed, so we could go ahead and we could hit X and reject that photo. This one has some really splotchy light, so we could go ahead and hit X and reject that one. This one I just love, so we could go ahead and not only keep it, but I could hit B and add that to my quick collection. This one, we'll keep it, but we'll leave it. This one is pretty green looking, so maybe we could reject that one. This one we'll keep. This one we can keep and maybe add that one to our collection. That one we can keep, and we'll reject that one by hitting X again on our keyboard. And so when we're going through here, we only have a couple of buttons then to go ahead and push, and we can quickly go through and put our photos and organize them into these categories that will make our lives a lot easier. And you can see it doesn't really take too long to do that. And we're just kind of going through here then and either leaving them alone, adding them to our collection, or rejecting them. And if you accidentally reject one that you don't or you didn't mean to, you can either click on this flag right here, or you could hit P on your keyboard and that would repick it. And we're back to the beginning. So now we can go back here into grid view. Again, you can see your pics as opposed to your rejection photos. And then you can see here, this is your ones that you decided that you were going to share on your favorite social media site. And so there we have that as well. And you can kind of play around with that to make that your own and kind of like fit that to your workflow. And another thing that we can do here is when I come over here into the develop module, let's bring that up. Not only do you see that the ones that I rejected are kind of grayed out down here, but I can set this so that I'm not seeing them at all by selecting that I'm only going to look at my flagged photos. And those kind of grayed out ones have disappeared. And so I can make that, here I can go back to no filter, or I can filter it based on, I even have these shortcut buttons here based on flag status. And I can see flagged and rejected, and then I can click on the no filter here. So this one I'm seeing my flag status, and so I can cycle through this and kind of look through that as well. Okay, so let's leave this on no filter and come back over here to the library. And what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to hit Control A on my keyboard or Command A if you're on a Mac, and I'm actually going to hit U to remove all of those flags, because U stands for unpick, and I'm going to unpick them all. And I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. And so again, we're going to come in here and we can set this rating, and we can do that here. And so I can give this photo a rating based on a star rating. And so here I can use my number keyboard up to 1 through 5, actually 0 through 5, because if I click on 0, it just takes the stars completely away. And so I have 0 to 5 here that I can give this. And so I could come through here and I could set this criteria for whatever I wanted it to be. So maybe 5 stars is a yes, I love this photo, which is 1 star is kind of like I don't love it. Or it could be 1 star means it doesn't need edited very much, but 5 stars means that this one's going to need edited a lot. You know, this is going to be very personal to you, all of this culling and organizing, because it's going to be what you feel is going to fit your style the best, what is going to make your life the easiest. And so there is no right or wrong way to do this. It's just going to be what works for you. I had another photographer tell me one time that she went through and just flagged photos that she wanted to keep, and she didn't do anything at all to the ones that she didn't want to keep. So that would be an option as well. You could go through here, and instead of doing star ratings, you could just go through here and hit P on your keyboard every time that you see one that you really like. Or you could just skip the ones that you didn't. And so there's another option as well. And so there is, again, no right or wrong way to do this, but those are just some ideas that I wanted to give you guys so that you could better work through your workflow so that you can get to your editing and make your lives easier. So thank you for watching this video tutorial. Happy editing!